Hey, what is going on, guys? I got a really cool video for you today. Lasfit was kind enough to send me some interior lights so I can make a video of them on my Subaru STI. I'm going to be doing an unboxing, install, doing a little bit of a comparison, and give you guys my thoughts about how they perform and how they look. It should be a really cool video, so sit back and enjoy the show.
Package from Lasfit. I went ahead and kind of pre-opened it to make it easier for camera. And here are the LT10 lights. I think it's pretty cool how it has the Lasfit logo and a cool like control board or some sort of circuitry on there. It looks pretty sweet. This will be going in my trunk for a trunk light. Here are the L28mm. These will be going in my map light and my dome light. And we have another right here. These will be also going in my map lights and dome lights. Really cool. It looks like it has a pretty nice heat sink on there. So it looks pretty beefy and has a nice feel to it. So let's go install these on the car.
All right, guys. As you see, I have the stock lighting in my car and it's yellow and ugly and not very bright. So it's time to put some new LEDs in, and it's really easy to install. All you have to do is just, hey, that was pretty easy. So guys, unfortunately the install is actually a little more difficult than that, but not much more difficult. I am just going to use a glove here because those old incandescent light bulbs do get kind of hot. So I want to be really careful and not burn myself. I also want to use a plastic pry tool to remove the interior plastic piece. Or you can use a flathead screwdriver if you're really careful, but I prefer to use something plastic so that way you do not scratch the interior of your car. So I want to be a little careful here because these old yellow bulbs do actually get kind of warm. You can feel them. So what I want to do is I'm going to lock the car while I'm in here. And you can see they fade away. So hopefully they'll start cooling off as I remove these lens covers. And also I'm gonna be using a glove in order to make sure I don't burn myself. It's always good just to be careful, make sure that they are not hot. Give it plenty of time to cool off if you need, or you can disconnect the battery of your car and play it safe. There are two little areas you can pry on, here and right here. So if I just push up and use a little bit of leverage, this piece comes right off. I'm going to push this up in the other side, and I'm going to be very careful as this piece will likely fall down. And I'm going to bring it down towards me. Now I am going to be using this glove here as these bulbs are still likely pretty warm from earlier. Like I said, just be careful and use your own discretion. I'm going to pop these straight down towards me out of their clips. And I'm going to grab this from behind also, pull it down towards me. All right, guys, so installation is super easy. I have the L28 LED from Lasfit. I'm going to go ahead and just put this with the LEDs towards the interior cabin and push it into the clips. It should have a nice satisfying clip noise. I have the second L28 from Lasfit, and I'm going to place it like the other one with the LEDs facing towards the cabin of the vehicle. And I'm going to make sure that these ends and connectors clip in properly. You should feel a nice satisfying click, and it should not move very easily. That's how you know it is in there. Let's replace this lens and put it back into the map light. So this lens has two hooks right here, which should hook in right here. I'm going to make sure it is pushed up and clipped in properly. All right, so for comparison, this light is the new Lasfit LED, and this is the stock incandescent bulb. Let's go ahead and unlock the car and see how they both look. As you can see, this looks way brighter. Check out the reflection of my hand. That is a huge difference. Now let's test out our new map lights. I'm gonna unlock the car. Nice and bright, nice and white. Awesome, clean color in the interior. These look awesome. So I moved here into the back seat and we are going to replace the dome light. As you can see, the color comparison between the old dome light and the new map lights is very distinct. Let's go through the process of removing the dome light lens and replacing the bulb. So I'm going to turn this off. It's nice because we have a switch here. There is an area to reach a pry tool in. As you see, there's a little slit in the plastic. Now this dome light did give me a little more difficulty as the entire housing of the light wanted to kind of come down at the same time. So I'm trying to be really careful and make sure that I get just the light cover or the lens and not the whole housing coming down. So I was able to get the pry tool in between the housing and the actual lens. So I'm gonna be really careful as you pry and push in between this lens and the plastic housing that this lens will fall, and you want to make sure you catch it. Also be aware this bulb may be hot if it was on, so just give it a moment to cool off or use a pair of gloves, whatever you like to do. This bulb is the same type as the other bulbs, so this will just pop right down. I have a brand new Lasfit L28 that I'm going to place in here, and it is going to go just straight up into these holes. And it'll clip in really nice, and I'm going to make sure that these LEDs are faced downwards towards the cabin. I'm going to put this lens back on. This lens will clip in with these two clips in these two holes first, and then it'll take a little bit of pressure to push up towards the ceiling and clip it in all the way. Make sure it's not going anywhere. Here's a moment of truth. Let's see how it looks. Wow, that is bright, and it fills the interior full of light. That is awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to the trunk. I have these LT10 lights for the trunk of my Subaru. It only takes one. The light is right up here at the top of the trunk. Before I work on it, I'm going to unplug this connector just so we don't get the bright light shined in our face. So I'm gonna grab this connector. There's a little clip right here. I'm gonna push it in with a little bit of force and pull this way to disconnect the connector. It may take a little bit of wiggling, but here we are, it is disconnected. Now that we have the clip disconnected, let's remove this plastic cover for the light. It's really easy. We're gonna grab on both ends, pinch with a little bit of force, and wiggle it out. Now here is a aftermarket LED. I'm not sure what brand it is, but it was on my car. So I'm going to remove this one and replace it with the Lasfit. And I'm really curious to see how the Lasfit performs compared to this LED. So a little comparison here. You can see the Lasfit on the left. It has their logo on the side, and it has some cool looking electronics inside of there. And here is the one that was on my car. So let's put the new Lasfit one in and see how it compares. All right, so I have this new Lasfit LED, and I'm going to slide it directly into this connector. I also want to make sure that I push it in all the way. Let's replace the cap for the light. The flat part will be on the top, and I'm going to make sure that these clips are squeezed and pushed all the way in and seated. So this cap should not move. Now here is the connector. It'll go in just the way it came out. With a little bit of force, you can clip it in, make sure it is clipped in there all the way. Now, I don't know about you, but I can tell a huge difference right away. Look how much brighter this trunk is compared to earlier. That is really awesome, especially for those grocery trips where you can't really see very well when you park in the garage or something. This trunk is way more illuminated, and that is awesome. Guys, I had an idea of a way to demonstrate the lights. I'm gonna turn off this garage light and unlock the car, show you the interior, and you can see what these lights look like at nighttime. As you can see, the interior is fully illuminated. Back seats are lit up really nice. And would you look at that? Perfectly visible, you can see great. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and thank you Lasfit for sending these lights out for me to use on my car and make a video of. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, just leave a comment or let me know, and I'd be glad to get back to you and help you guys out. Peace.